Hi everybody, this is Gavin at SmartPad Property Management. Today we're going to quickly talk about our tenant screening criteria. So if you go to the website here, smartpadmanagement.com, and you click on tenants or available rentals, and you scroll down a little bit, you're going to find this tenant help center information. And in here, you will have things like the screening, denial, appeal form, secured deposit, dispute, etc. And if you click on the rental criteria, it's going to open up a very simple document called Tenant Qualification Criteria. And we encourage all of our prospective tenants to review this before submitting applications. So what we're going to talk about real quick is some of the more common items that cause tenants to fail or to be denied through their screening. And as well as we're going to talk about some of the more hot button issues for owners. We're not necessarily going to talk about every single item on here. So obviously identification, we need to receive valid current government ID from the prospective applicants, copies of their social security card or tax identification number. Income, they may be denied for things like lack of proof of income. So we need to see pay stubs, bank account records, whatever it is that proves the income. The hot button issue for owners, our kind of basic criteria, is that the tenants need to make 3 times the stated monthly rental amount. That's gross income. So if the rent is $1,000 a month, their gross income needs to be at least $3,000 a month. If they've been at their job for less than 6 months, that can cause denial as well. If they are self-employed or independent contractors and can't prove their income, that's another ground for denial. If we can't verify their employment, credit history, if they have credit scores below 600, can't verify their social security number. Importantly, if they have open bankruptcies, foreclosures in the last 3 years, or past due mortgages or tax liens, those are pretty much all causes for denial. Criminal, we're going to look at those case by case and make determinations there. Evictions in the last 3 years, any active judgments for collections of unpaid rent or damages to rental units will be grounds for denial. Rental history, if we can't verify the rent for the last 2 years, if they have unfulfilled lease obligations in existence, if they have a pending evictions on their last rental, if they had 3 or more late payments in 12 months, or 3 or more NSF checks within 12 months, or 3 or more complaints within 12 months, we're likely going to deny them as well. If while we're doing their rental history screening, we find out they got in trouble for having unauthorized pets or occupants in the property, they damage it, those are also going to be grounds for denial. Their pets, importantly, go through an additional screening process. We're not going to talk about that today. And there's some additional remarks down there for them to review as well. Importantly, I want to go back and talk about income. So in September of 2018, it became official that landlords, owners, property managers, etc., cannot discriminate based off of source of income. So in the past, you could not accept, say, Section 8 tenants or tenants receiving some other kind of subsidy for the rent. That's not the case anymore. You cannot do that. So that impacts several things. 1, you got to take Section 8 right off the bat. 2, say your rent is $1,200 a month and their voucher covers $1,000 a month. Their qualifying income now only needs to be 3 times the difference. So their qualifying income only needs to be $600 a month in that case. Rent $1,200, voucher for $1,000. The difference is $200. 200 times 3 is $600 a month in income. That's not a lot of income. There's nothing we can do about it. We might be able to deny a tenant with that little income based off of other criteria, but that in and of itself is not a reason for denial. Now, what this rule has also done is it will require landlords to conduct repairs up to $1,500 when they do the Section 8 inspection. So Inspector comes in and finds that there's $1,300 in repairs that need to be done. You, the owner, are going to be responsible for paying those repairs. And there's some very specific circumstances where you won't have to pay for them and we can find another tenant. But more often than not, you're going to be required to pay up to $1,500. Now, $1,000 of that, you can apply for reimbursement if state funds are available for reimbursement. But again, that's an application process. You got to pay up front and then look to get reimbursed after the fact. So it's very important to know that those rules have now gone into effect, and we can talk more about that if you have questions. Okay. So there's a little bit of information about our tenant qualification criteria and some of the more hot button issues. Let me know if you have any questions.